Hi.
Welcome to the Wednesday night AuthorTube live stream. For those of you who don't know, this week we decided to do a special live stream, and for this one, we are going to be donating all ad revenue and donating all super chat revenue. So any revenue of any kind earned on this live stream, I had run. So I ran a poll on my YouTube community tab. I want you guys to let me know, all of you guys here and in the comments too. On my got dropped out. Okay, so I ran a poll on my YouTube community tab saying I'm going to donate all the profits. Where should I donate it to? And the one that won, this got the most votes of any poll too. So first of all, thank you to everyone who voted, because this got like over 200 votes on this poll. So the one that won was to donate it to crowdfunding campaigns to help support Black-owned small businesses. And I think that's going to be really good because there's a few fundraisers. I found one for a Black firefighter who had started a sports bar that got burned down in the Minneapolis protests. So I think I could put some of the money in that GoFundMe, and then one for like just local Chicago Black-owned businesses I was considering doing. However, the thing that got the second most votes was to donate super chat or to donate revenue to bail funds. Since that one had a lot of people who also supported it, yesterday we just put some money in a bail fund for Chicago. So I just did that so that would still get some donations. So cool. So yeah, just so you guys know, that one did not get forgotten. I still put money in that. But then all the stuff from tonight will be going to, well, we had voted on helping out with Black-owned small businesses, especially because on this channel, we're all about how we support each other as small business owners. And I thought that would be a good thing for this time. But then I remembered it's also Pride Month. So there's also LGBT specifically for like Black and trans people that we could also give part of the profits to if you guys are up for that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, what you guys think about that. In the meantime, we will get started on saying hi to everyone. Before everyone introduces themselves, I want to address a couple super chats we already have, because super chat, you guys are so awesome to have already been super chatting. So Eva was our first super chat with hashtag Black Lives Matter. Thank you so much for that, Eva. I appreciate that. If you guys, anyone who was on my stream on Saturday when we did the AuthorTuber book signing, virtual book signing live stream, Eva and Very Bad Books, B Cubed, Triple B, the two of them were in a super chat war where they kept putting money in the super chat. So
Donated hard.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
It was crazy and it was awesome. So I was just like so happy. Eva, you're just great. Always putting stuff in the super chat. BC Brown, who's right here, also put money in the super chat. Thank you so much. And then where are we? I don't want to get lost. Do not let me get lost. Jean Marcella also put 20. You guys are amazing. You guys are really awesome. Sarah put money in the super chat, and Lauren put money in the super chat saying, support Black-owned small businesses, support Black creators, support Black authors. Awesome. So true. Now, in the description below, I linked the campaigns we are going to be supporting, but I should also have linked some author channels to check out, and also I have a lot of links to add to the description. Maybe that's what I'll do on our first.
That's what I'm doing on the sprints. I'm so sorry, guys, that I'm still doing all the links. Just want to make sure that I'm not forgetting anyone.
Links. And then Sam just added $10 into the super chat as well. Thank you. You guys are
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah, I'm donating directly to funds too, but I want to help this one too. So
I was like, I did the poll because if like you guys being the ones who watch it and watch the ads and all of that, and also being the ones who put money in the super chat, I wanted to make sure that the the money went to the thing that everyone wanted the most. And, you know, I always want to support small business, but then I was like, a lot of people also wanted bail funds. And I also see the immediate urgency of bail funds to be kind of more immediate rather than like for ad revenue, it takes a while for YouTube to actually send it. So I wouldn't be able to give that like right away immediately. So I gave money to the bail fund last night, which I will probably link in the description below on our first sprint as well. Now, okay, wait, sorry. We have one more super chat before we all introduce ourselves. Audra, thank you so much, Audra. All right, now let's all go around and introduce ourselves. We are going to go clockwise. Lauren, tell us about yourself and your channel.
Hey everybody, my name is Lauren Sevier. My channel is of the same name. I am a young adult fiction author, a YouTuber, and a mom from Louisiana. And on my channel, we talk about writing things, reading things, and selling books and eco-friendly stuff. I'm excited because the arcs of my debut YA fantasy novel went out this Monday. So if you signed up for an arc, Savvy or BC or RK or Audra, then check your email and your spam folder because it's there. But yeah, so that's me in a nutshell.
Fantastic. Sam, who has a cute kitty, tell us all about your channel.
Hi, I'm writer mom Samantha L. Nassett. I talk about writer things, mom things, and writer mom things. This is my unofficial co-host, Artemis.
Oh.
She likes to invade. That's all I can think of at the moment. My brain's kind of dead, everybody. So
yeah, no, mine is too. Out of it. BC Brown, tell us about your channel.
I am BC Brown Books. I am BC Brown of BC Brown Books. That is my channel. I want to welcome all of our weirdos with big hearts tonight. I am the hybrid published author of, I've been Lisa Dalying it and saying that I was the hybrid published author of 7 titles, but I forgot about my published play. So,
Oops.
and this being LGBT month, that's important because it is an LGBT play. Anyway, so I am the hybrid published author of 8 titles. And I put out videos on my channel twice a week for how to write better, publish better, and market more efficiently. And host a live stream of my own every Friday from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. on Eastern time. Yep, that's me in a nutshell.
Awesome. Doll, tell us about your channel.
Hello there, humans. Is my internet lagging? No, it's fine.
No, I hear you. I think you're good.
Good, okay, because it was so laggy when I just arrived here. So, hello there, humans. I am Dulce Bruno, the partially blind alien from a distant galaxy who's an own voices author. I write sci-fi, a little bit of poetry that you can find in my YouTube channel, and I try other shenanigans with my short stories like romance, thrillers, magical realism, all kinds of stuff. So, but my main person, I don't know. I basically don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, I forgot. I have a Patreon. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's on Patreon now.
Yeah, I do. I started over because I am starting to take control over my life after losing my job and stuff like that. So that's me in a nutshell. This alien doesn't know what she's doing, but I'm here to support everybody today. Earlier today, I had a stream where I was linking all the Black AuthorTubers I could find, and people were shouting them out in the chat, and I was promoting their books, their upcoming books, everything. So I'm here to support still. I'm preparing my super chat. Just be patient with me. I only have my phone.
Doll is one of the most supportive people of everyone that I know. She is just like, I don't know how we would survive in this author world without her.
Oh, you're so sweet.
RK, tell us about your channel.
I don't even fucking know. I'm RK and I'm white.
What?
I feel that.
Cool.
I'm RK Gold. I write books sometimes, and I react to hip hop music mostly on my channel.
Yeah, and he hosts an awesome podcast, which is
Is Lauren laughing at me?
Yeah, she's laughing at you.
I just haven't recovered from our like all-nighter Skype session or whatever where we just
so
deep
glad
into each
that
other's
friendships
souls.
are being made on this live stream. That is everything to me.
God, went from like not even knowing her name to knowing her most embarrassing third grade memory.
It's kind of true. Yeah. We talked for like forever, and I was like, "When are you coming to Louisiana?" Like, I was showing him pictures of my son. Like, oh yeah, we became best friends.
So cute. I love it. All right. So guys, as you all know, I'm Savvy from Savvy Writes Books. I am the owner of the small business Forever Home Friends, which produces children's books, stuffed animals, toys, and merch based on real rescue dogs and donates 10% of our profits to local animal shelters. Right now, I'm in the process of illustrating our 5th book. And over on my Patreon, I'm doing illustration updates and behind the scenes looks at how I illustrate and how that process is going. So that's fun. The newest thing that I just did was I added affiliate marketing to the Forever Home Friends website. Today I got my first affiliate sign up. It was Jenna Moracey, so that's exciting because I love her.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
If you guys are interested in joining Forever Home Friends as an affiliate, Lauren is. Yeah, let me know and I'll send you a sign up link.
I love animals.
Yes.
How-
Okay, I'll
how
send
does
it
that
to
work?
you guys.
How does that work?
Oh, how it works. Yeah, so affiliate marketing is basically, it's like when you see a lot of things like what like social media influencers, how a lot of them make money from like their links in bio. So it's like you put a link in your bio, like, or you sign up on a website and it generates a link for you. And that link will be like the website where you buy the thing with like a special chain of letters and numbers afterward. That is your link. So then you put that link in your like YouTube description or in your
Yeah. Like you put your social media and your Patreon and all that stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. So then
Holy shit,
People in the
Savvy!
chat interested.
What?
Message me, please. Send
Some
me
people
that
in the
link.
chat are interested.
if somebody clicks on the link from your link and buys something, then you get like a 10% commission or something like that for being a salesperson for me, essentially.
But Savvy, excuse me, but I love the Forever Home Friends. I already told you that if I weren't overseas, I would be buying Wrigley's entire collection because I love Wrigley. I love that. I love the series in general, but I just identify a lot with Wrigley for some because we don't know where she's from. Sorry. So I just love her, and I'm signing up, please. I just vote. There you go. If my internet is nice. Come
It's all
on.
lagging, but I think Savvy
Did
actually
we
froze.
lose Savvy?
I think Savvy's
Savvy-
frozen.
It's
I-
a great
Yeah.
freeze, but I'm pretty
Wow.
sure that Savvy froze.
Either
I
that
thought
or
it was me.
she can be really still.
Well, it was funny that she froze at like the exact same time that Doll. Whoa, yeah, we really lost
Oh my
her.
All right, yeah, this
We've
is my
taken
line.
over the
Add
stream.
herself back into the chat.
She'll add herself back in.
Yeah, she can add herself.
We've
back in.
taken over the stream now.
I
All right,
know.
everybody,
Well,
everybody, while
Oh.
she's gone, because this will really blow her mind when she comes back. If you're wanting to super chat, then super chat her now. So when she comes back, she'll be super
Oh
excited.
yeah, everybody.
Yes,
give
that'd be
her the
awesome.
That's exactly what I'm
Savvy-
doing. Give me a moment.
Savvy freeze.
Wow, y'all took that a lot more positively than I did. I was gonna be like, let's play a drinking game or some shit like that.
I'm already doing
We're
that. Just
doing
give me a
that, but with
moment.
a
You go for it.
Give me a
fundraiser.
moment. There you go. And there goes my pizza too. I don't care anymore.
I was never a big drinker, and then I figured out wine triggered my migraines even worse, and I was like, well, guess I'm going back to not.
Dal and Maya, thank you for your super chats. We can't
Yay!
highlight you
We
because
can't-
Savvy's not here.
Yeah, we can't highlight at the moment, but we will totally give you the
But
shout
we're
out for it.
watching, and we love you.
We see you.
Let's get What Now to say some crazy shit. He's usually good for it. I see he's in the
Yeah.
chat.
What now?
He's in
Are
the
you
chat.
in
Come
my
on,
Yeah.
Sean, say something weird. Oh, there you are, Savvy.
Okay,
Savvy,
thank
thank you
you
for the
guy. I
hot
was
topic
worried.
over
Okay,
chat.
my laptop is weird, guys. My laptop like randomly decides to shut down every once in a while. So I always hoped it wouldn't happen on a live stream, but it did today.
All right, Savvy, sign me up for that. Sign me up for that.
Okay,
Whatever
I
it
will.
takes.
Guys, I apologize for that. Now that I'm back, we're going to say hi to everybody and talk about what we're working on and all of that.
Super chats.
There are also some super chats, Savvy, that might have popped up while you were gone.
Maybe.
Super chats. Hold up. Okay, so we've got, where are we in the super chat? Okay, it looks like, okay, Doll put up a super chat. Thank you so much. And she says, support small businesses, support Black small businesses, support authors and artists. Every penny counts. Don't let hate prevail. Doll, that is so true. That is so true.
There goes my pizza, guys. And for the first time in my life, I don't care.
Don't care. Yes. Audra says hostile takeover stream.
I don't know how hostile it was. We called for super chats.
Yeah, and it was very hostile. You guys can donate money. It's awful. Sarah for the takeover. Melanie Ann, thank you so much. Awesome. Thank you guys all so much for putting in money in the super chat. For those of you who are interested in donating to Super Chat, another feature of Super Chat is obviously that it makes your comments kind of get prioritized and bumped up. So if any of you guys are like, I really want to say something, but Savvy keeps getting lost in the feed, and I'm planning to give Super Chat money, you can type your comment in there. Yeah, Lauren.
Also, Maya, she didn't Super Chat. I don't know if maybe she didn't have the function. But she sent money via PayPal because she couldn't work the super chat, so her comment didn't come up. So I just wanted to say that so she didn't get lost.
You know what? Maya mentioned that to me when she was doing that because Maya was part of our book signing. Where's Maya? Let me find her.
She's right above Barbara Howard's super chat.
All right.
Yeah, right above Barbara's.
Right above. Oh, okay. Yes. So, okay, Maya said money by PayPal. Okay, yeah. So because from the super chat from Maya was on our AuthorTube virtual book signing stream on Saturday. And so we took all our raffle, the money we'd earned in the raffle and split it among the 6 of us. And Maya messaged me to say she wanted to donate hers, but I had already sent it to her on PayPal. So she donated it from PayPal. So thank you, Maya. You are fantastic. And also, Barbara, thank you so much. I love Barbara's icon. It's like everything's flying up in the air.
I love the icon.
Yeah. Is that a Bitmoji like Dal?
Yeah. Melanie says, Dal, love is the one thing that's greater than pizza. I love that.
Of course. It is greater than pizza.
That is the truest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I want it on a t-shirt.
That's my
is love.
Who's gonna own that?
Like a heart-shaped slice of pizza behind
us. Yes. I once went.
Tell us how much we raised at the end of the stream. I don't know if I will be able to because
tweet it later when you get the
guys.
Tweet
I'll
it, please.
On Friday because YouTube takes 24 hours to update how much money was earned from a certain day's video, if that makes sense. So I'll be able to on Friday, I'll be able to see, or late Thursday night, I'll be able to see how much both super chat and ad revenue. I'll be able to see both numbers. So that also, on that note, make sure your ad blocker is turned off. And ads, make sure you watch them. And later on, you could also replay the video and let the ads play. That's another way to generate more ad revenue.
Yeah, that's a really great thing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Sam.
I was just saying that on that video that they made, there was also a note that I saw that is sometimes passed around and sometimes not passed around, that in order to, if you want to help get the max revenue for your view, watch it on at least half volume. Don't skip any of the ads. Let it play all the way through, and then watch at least 5 other videos, and then research for the video. Don't go to your search history. Don't watch it from a playlist. Go research for the video and then watch it again. And that's how we can help them generate the optimal amount of ad revenue.
That was exactly what I was going to say, Sam.
Yeah. So especially because this stream will be they're always 2.5 hours long. So if tomorrow you just let the stream play through in your background with the ads running, that should earn it additional ad revenue. I'll probably do that at some point. I don't know if it'll do that because it's from my own account. We'll see.
It will still do it even if it's from your account. The ad revenue counts.
Awesome, fantastic. I guess because the ads are still getting viewed. Yeah.
Yep.
So what
You
now?
guys tallied up our super chats. We said right now we're up to $149.99.
Oh wow. Okay.
Eva is
good,
keeping
cool.
track.
Well, I know.
Even track. Even keep track for us here in the stream. That would be
but
awesome.
YouTube is going to take a cut of it. I don't know exactly how much, so it's not going to be quite that much. But so because YouTube will siphon some of it from me, but hopefully it'll balance out. I'll definitely tweet it out and let you guys know.
I will just point out, though, that we are only 20 minutes and 26 seconds into the stream, and we've raised $150.
That's true. That's fantastic, you guys. I'm so glad. Like, I feel like it's like I'm glad I got the super chat feature. I'm like, this is good. I'm really glad this exists and that you guys are all such awesome people. So, thank you for being here and doing that. I guess.
Is that feature on StreamYard that you host through, or is it through YouTube?
Super chat is through YouTube. I think you have to have 1,000 subscribers to get super chat.
You have to be
I was just
monetized.
wondering how that works. Since I know it's like through.
You have to be monetized for this.
You have to be monetized. Okay, yes, you have to monetize your account, and
That
to be
makes sense.
monetized, you have to get 1,000 subscribers first. I think
1,000
YouTube has so many
subscribers and
rules.
4,000 watch hours.
4,000 watch hours. Yeah.
If you go to your YouTube studio, there's like on the left hand side, there's a little $sign and it's monetization. If you click it, it actually has these two little like gauges at the bottom that let you keep track. I love analytics and charts and data, so I explore mine like all the time.
I love this from Barbara. I just keep rerunning the video ads on my phone while I work on my doc. That's awesome, Barbara.
That's a really easy thing that people can do to generate ad revenue money, to generate stuff, especially if it's being like donated to charities. Like that's super easy to just like put something on repeat, put stuff in a playlist on your YouTube, just mute it and let it go while you're at work. Like plug your phone in. That's what I do.
Awesome. Yes, Maya got super chat. Yes, I love it. Cool. So let's all talk about, I guess, because we'll get started on our first sprint in a minute. So let's talk about what we're all going to be working on tonight. I know what I'm going to be working on is two things. The first thing I'm going to do during our sprint is I'm going to go add a bunch more links into the description of this video.
Same.
The other thing I need to work on is actually for my job. Guys, it's been a couple of days, so I haven't gotten everything done that's due tomorrow for my job. So I'm going to be like flipping over here and doing some like work and coming back. So that's where we're going to be at.
Hello. Oh, okay.
Oh. Kat Benson says, just got here having a really emotionally exhausting day. Feel that. Savvy, I'm a Patreon as of yesterday. I saw that, Kat. Thank you so much for joining my Patreon. I am going to be adding you to the description and the credits of all my videos. I really appreciate you joining. I will also, since I think you joined as a $5 Patreon supporter, so I will also link your channel in my description. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Great. So, RJ, what are you working on tonight?
Probably going to be mixed, going back and forth between revisions on Father and the Forest, which is the middle grade book I have not written under the influence of drugs, and editing a podcast.
Awesome. By the way, guys, I don't know if it's a risk, but I'm drinking on this podcast tonight. None of that because I don't want to get demonetized. I want to make sure this makes maximum ad revenue. So
I said hugs.
What?
I said hugs.
I know. I'm just okay. You said hugs. Okay, but regardless, I just wanted to throw that out there.
We're being ultra good tonight.
Said that ahead of time. And I don't know if that's like usually drinking on the stream doesn't get me demonetized, but I'm just being careful. I don't know if that's going to be a thing.
That's what I literally just thought of. I'm just going to dip out every once in a while. I think. If I forget, remind me.
All right, Doll, what are you working on tonight?
I am adding links to every author tuber, every black author tuber to my previous live stream, because I'm still working on the links, because it's not only YouTube channels, but like, for example, Cachet's blog and Alec Lee Williams' cover design page, all that stuff. So I really have to hunt them down, make sure that I have links that work and not broken links, you know what I mean? And after that, when I finally finish that and update the description to my video, I will be working on my short story that's a magical realism about that Nightwish song, about this girl who listens to the song and extraordinary things happen. My Patreons can see all the ins and outs of that story and behind the scenes and my face and stuff.
Yeah. Also, Leora left a question that I missed, so sorry about that. She says, I have a question. I'm in a position right now where I'm really not able to give time, money, energy. What can I do to clear the stage for people whose voices need to be heard? So
please promote the stream, Leora. Promote it. Yeah, that's what you can do.
There's also, I will put a link in the description. There's a video that, another video that's somebody made that's filled with different art from Black creators. I think it was like a collaboration where people did different like music and like songs and other things in there. And the video is like over an hour long, and it has ad breaks like every like 2 minutes in it. Like it's full of ads. So if you play the video and let all the ads play through, that one generates like a lot of ad revenue. And that's what has been circulating around as like, watch this video with all the ads watched in full as a thing to do if you can't give money, because the creator of that video has been donating 100% of the ad revenue. So I'll put that as one of the links in the description below, because this video has like over 3 million views now. So it's been earning a lot of money, and I think that could be something really helpful. So
I'm going to be watching that video.
I'll link you to that as well. And there's some really excellent music in it. So yeah.
Also, another thing is like something I've seen that especially Savvy and BC on your Facebook pages and stuff, y'all have shared some really great like resources and articles and things like that. So if you come across like an article or a resource that you think will be really helpful and you have a platform, share it on your platforms. Like that's a really simple thing that you can do that's still supportive, you know, to what everyone else is going through right now.
Yeah, there's some petitions going around. And in terms of like, you know, activism for trying to address some of the root causes here, I just shared today this graphic for, it's 8 Can't Wait, which is the what people are proposing as some regulations for police reform in terms of what actions they're allowed to take and how they're allowed to take those actions. And that I'll link that website too, because that website has you can enter your city in it, and it'll come up with the contact information for your mayor, so you can email or call or tweet at your mayor and let them know that you want to make this happen. So hopefully they can't ignore it if there's a big enough rush at it towards them. So that's another big thing, is kind of supporting those initiatives, which doesn't cost anything, but that does take time, I guess, to connect with politicians. But you could also like send the info about it out to other people who might have more time to do it or something like that.
Yeah.
You can always spread awareness.
Yeah,
exactly.
I know that still takes a little bit of time. It still takes a little bit of energy, but I think that's the minimal investment that can be done, is just spreading the resources and making sure that they're, you know, all good and getting out there.
Awesome. So BC, what are you working on tonight?
So I am working on my second draft of my dark fantasy. I did a pop-up live stream a little earlier and was starting to work on my paranormal mystery, but it did not want to be written.
And thank you very much for that pop-up stream, BC. Thank you, my sister.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm celebrating still. I was crying. Thank you. Thank you.
So on that stream, Doll told us that she was only 9 subscribers away from 400 subscribers. So I put a call out during the stream and got her to 400 subscribers during the stream. So
That's exciting. I love that. I love when that happens.
So we got.
I'm gonna have my first year. I mean, officially, I started quote unquote AuthorTube in 2018, but that was not really a part of AuthorTube. I was just posting videos. So when I did the newbie tag and the welcome tag and all that stuff, that was June 11th. So that's my official anniversary on AuthorTube.
No, that's like a year. That's exciting.
Yeah. So reaching 400 in a year. I expected 50, to be honest.
Yeah, I was kind of like what you did, where I started like I made the account for the channel in 2017, and I just started posting videos about like, here's some writing tips, here's some book reviews, and like didn't tag anything. I had no idea what I was doing, and nobody saw any of them. So I did like 40 of those videos, and I don't count any of them until I did the newbie tag at the end of 2018. Oh wait, that's my that week. And then Heather,
thank you, Heather.
So much.
Heather.
Awesome.
Heather, if you will put in the chat your email, or if you want to direct message me on Twitter or on Facebook, your email, I will send you an ARC of songs. I saw that comment earlier where you asked if ARCs were still available, and I would love to send you one.
Very bad books in the super chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for your donation. That
Hey,
was so
bro,
nice.
don't worry. I will help you on Saturday. Don't worry. I'm going to give a big call out to you and my other bro, and you'll get there. I'll promise.
Cool. So we're going to finish going around. I don't want to forget this comment off topic, but how did you guys grow your YouTube platforms? Because that's a discussion that will take us off on a big tangent, because I'm sure there's so many different things to say about that. But CB, I do want to address that, because I had so much trouble. Like, I felt like I was screaming in the void when I first started mine, and now I have almost 3,000 subscribers. So I'm like, I feel like there's a lot of things that you can do along the way. So I definitely do want to talk about that, but we'll do it after the first sprint. Cool. Sam, what are you working on tonight?
So tonight, because of my ongoing migraine and being a stay-home mom and everything, all I've really been able to do is retweet so far and sign a few petitions. So I decided that since we have the sprints, I can take the sprints time to dedicate to growing this resource tweet that I have pinned to my Twitter, because like, this is just super important to me. And ever since I watched that video, I grew up in a very diverse city, and but even growing up in a diverse city, even having friends who were on all ranges of brown and everything, I still, like, in the past several years, there's a lot of white people who, especially if you're poor, if you grew up poor white, you look at like poor Black people and poor mixed people and everything, and you're like, well, we have the same struggles, but we don't. It's not near the same.
Yeah.
And I've always been vocal. I've always hated injustice, and I grew up in the South with a proper education on what the South did. The South gets so much shit for not educating their youths, but my town, we knew who Harriet Tubman was. We knew what all of it was. And seeing that video, I'm glad that there are a lot of my white friends, a lot of white people that I know that are finally having that bubble busted. But I am heartbroken that that's what it took. And my husband's Nicaraguan, so he's at work, and he will not be coming home until like 4 a.m. every night. And so I basically can't sleep till he gets home every night right now. And so it's just like, I have been not really broadcasting any of that anywhere, because it's not about all of that. And I didn't actually mean to go into that right now, because it's not.
No, I think that's an important.
It's not about
point.
us and everything.
That,
but,
like, I think this, like, I'm glad that your school did teach things properly. A lot of schools, I've never lived in the South, so I can't speak to what happens. I've heard that there are a lot of schools that don't, and there are a lot of petitions, I think, going around about that right now. It's like, you need to teach Black history the way it really happened. And to an extent, like, have never lived in the South, but even as I've gotten older, I've recognized like I feel like I got a good education, but I look back and I'm like, that was definitely biased the way that was taught. That was definitely like didn't show the whole picture. And I think getting the education is going to be that's a huge thing, because people, if they don't learn early on how things really happen, it's always framed as like the world was really bad back then, but now we made it better and everybody's better off as a result. And
that's not how it is.
Everybody still needs to be working towards things because nothing is finished.
I mean,
yeah.
I just want to say it like briefly, because you guys know that I'm the foreigner of the chat. I mean, I'm not in the US, so I cannot really speak because it's not my place, or technically it's not my place. But without revealing too much, because remember, I'm an alien. I was basically abandoned because of racism. So I am one. I might not be black. I am not black. I'm biracial. It's not the same. And I will say,
no, cut out.
Lagging. I'm sorry, but like,
no, you're all good. I mean, first of all, thank you for sharing that. I'm so sorry that happened to you.
No, I mean, I am always against racism of all kinds, because racism is just, it breaks families, it ruins people's lives, it starts wars, it's awful. Racism is something I will always be against, and it doesn't matter. I mean, I might not be the same, and I recognize that, and I understand and respect that, but I'm on a similar boat, not the same boat, but on a similar boat. I was abandoned. Hi, Daddy. Hope you're watching this someday. Yeah, he's in. Okay, revealing that he's in Ohio. Hi.
All right, guys, you heard it.
Let's have a sprint.
Audra, thank you so much. Audra says, as a teacher, I do my best. I was lucky enough to go on a civil rights trip throughout the South in high school. I mean, that's definitely that's great. Yeah, I'm glad that as a teacher, because as a teacher, right, you have some power to help educate.
We need you, teachers. We need you.
The first class that you're even taught whenever you say that you want to major in education, because I was an English education major in college, is Foundations of Multicultural Education, which basically means don't be a racist asshole. Like, I mean, that's basically the entire class is figure out what your students are struggling with, learn how to meet those needs, and make sure that you treat everybody fairly. Like, it's the very first thing. It's the foundational class, like, that you are taught as an educator, and that's how it should be. All the women in my family, including my mom, have been in education for 30 plus years. And I grew up in the deep South, where I am very, very sad to say that the civil rights movement was very slow to get to where I lived, and there was still segregation very far into what should have been segregation, even in my hometown. When I grew up, my mom and dad, they were part of the school system where I grew up, in a very small town about 30 minutes north of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and they actually were integral in making sure that buildings were not torn down that were part of the Black high school during segregation, because that was important, you know, to the history of the Black people who live here in Louisiana, to the people who graduated from that high school, to that period of time. And they were really, I mean, we put personal funds into making sure that things were restored instead of just torn down and renovated, because it was easier to do that. And, you know, so yeah, this hits home for me. I've had some tough conversations with people that I care about, me and my husband.
Yeah.
As everyone knows, we struggled to have a family. And, you know, while going through infertility and IVF and all of those things, we also were pursuing adoption and foster care. And we never made race an issue for whether or not we accepted a child in our home. And that
Don't
was
even
a problem.
get me started, Lauren.
Yeah. That was a problem for people close to me, and it was a big deal. And I lost touch with people that I cared about over that, because I was a parent who wanted to love a child unconditionally, and I didn't care who that child may be, you know, and that was a problem for other people. And that to this day, I mean, this was 2 years ago. These are people I still don't talk to this day because of this. And it's been a real problem. It's still a real problem. If you think it's not a problem, then you're burying your head in the sand. And that's just what it is, you know. And
that one thing that because a lot of white people, you know, have a lot of white relatives who may be stuck in the past, that's a euphemism for saying they're racist, right? So I think one of the things we can do is, from what I've read at least, is that we can take that time to kind of sit down with them and try to. I actually retweeted something today from I think someone who was maybe a social worker who was talking about the different steps of educating someone on a difficult topic that they don't agree with and are not ready to agree with. It takes a long time and a lot of stages to it, but you have to figure out what stage they're at, whether that's, you know, denial or not denial. One of those stages where it's like they're against you, they're not open to something new yet. So at that point, you don't share any opinions. You just present facts to them and leave them to think about it. Then there's like another step where it's like you, once they're in a place where they come up to you and they're like, okay, I listened to what you said. I'm interested in knowing more. That's when you kind of delve into it deeper in the root causes. But that it's important for white people to take the time to educate their relatives on all of those things. And I feel like I've been trying to have some conversations with people who, you know, come up on my social media or wherever to say like, well, why don't we say all lives matter and that kind of thing, and being like, well, because this is what the issue is. And it's, you know, having to have a conversation with someone who, you know, might be difficult for them to understand, or might be difficult, or you might be trying to turn around something that you might feel like.
I think that's where education comes in. Whenever you talk to someone who you know that conversation may not go well or whatever, like all you can do is really just lean on education, lean on the facts, you know, lean on, you know, not just personal experiences, not just, you know, things that may be somewhat opinionated, but lean on facts. You know, growing up, what Samantha said is so true. What I learned in school, in public school in Louisiana about Black history was I learned Rodney King, Martin Luther King Jr., and I learned it for about a grand total of 2 weeks out of Black History Month. And that was it. I never learned about the Black Panthers. I never learned about Malcolm X. I never learned about anything. I mean, I learned about Harriet Tubman, Rodney King, Martin Luther King Jr., and that was it. Everything else was as an adult to learn myself, you know, and I mean, I'm the type of person that I did that, but I don't feel like a lot of people just went out of their way to do that.
Yeah.
You know, growing up, unless they had a reason to. Unless they
Caitlin,
had some sort of impetus to do that.
Caitlin, muchas gracias, hermana Caitlin. Gracias. Te adoro.
Oh yeah, Kathleen Benson gave $24.99 to the super chat. First of all,
thank you
so much. Thank you. And she says, Black Lives Matter. Mexican ally Benson is my married name. I've experienced racism against Mexicans, but nothing in comparison to my Black brothers and sisters. I think this is like,
here. Hi.
what Sam was kind of talking about how, like, if you grow up around a lot of people who are poor and white, they don't recognize the difference. And I think that sorry, go on.
Yeah, when like we were educated on the Black Panthers and the Underground Railroad and everything, and it wasn't just during Black History Month for us. It was just part of, because I'm in Tennessee, and Tennessee, I like to make the joke, is like the most kind of passive Southern state. It joined the Confederacy because we're surrounded by the South on every side, and it was the first one to rejoin the Union. So it's actually kind of funny, not ha-ha, but I started hearing the argument that the Civil War was fought over economics. And I'm like, that makes no sense. It was fought over slavery. And then I thought about the fact that, I was taught it as slavery. Other Southern states were taught it as economics. And I'm like, and it was the same thing at
one of the
time.
biggest arguments.
So, and it's like, I grew up poor white. Like we were straddling between poverty and middle class my entire life. So even having a what I consider a proper education on it, it was the past. That's how it was treated. That's how it was taught. It was behind us. And I have some very cringy, very white ignorant moments from my teenage years that I remember, where some of my Black friends would like try to talk about it or whatever. And I'd be like, I'm poor too. Like, I get it. But no, I don't. It wasn't until my early 20s when I started, like, I really wanted to break out of my own world bubble, because the world itself fascinates me. And that's when, like, I was like, oh, this is far from over. And being in an interracial relationship, like my husband is from Miami, Florida, and his two best friends are quite dark, and they'll throw around the N-word, and I'm like, that's their thing. I can't say anything about it. I won't say anything about it. I can't, not my opinions. I just don't say it at all. And then we had kids, and I had a discussion with both of his friends. I was like, look, my kids are half white. My oldest is very white passing. I cannot have them learning and using that word as okay. And so out of respect for, our kids and everything, they don't say it when they're like in calls or when they come to visit and everything. And I greatly appreciate that. And I have talks with the kids. My youngest's favorite phrase right now is "what the fuck," and she's 5. And I'm okay with that. She's using it properly. She's not cussing at anybody. That's fine. But all racial slurs in the house are like forbidden. No one's allowed to use them. So it's just. But when I was a teenager and we were reading Huckleberry Finn, I was like, it's just a word. It doesn't matter anymore. It's 2006, 07, whenever I was in high school. And so I also think we should very much normalize admitting we were wrong, admitting we were problematic, admitting we were ignorant.
Oh, yeah.
There is absolutely nothing wrong. Like it takes balls, it's actually an act of bravery to admit, hey, you know what, I'm still learning, I fucked up, I was wrong. And
I can definitely admit that I was sold a whole lot of goods when I was younger because of family members and people in your community and people, just how you grow up, and you hear it so much that you don't think about it, and you're like, oh, that's just a fact. And then when you get older, for me, it was around college age when I actually got out of that bubble and I started being around people who were independent and could think independently and form opinions. And I was like, oh, I get one of those. And it was at that point in my life when I was like, wait a second, maybe not everything that I've been told my entire life is true. Maybe I can have my own opinion about things. Maybe I can do research. Maybe I can actually just be an informed individual with an informed opinion and make educated decisions about the things that affect my life, and the people that I deal with every day. And so that was really kind of, for me, just, I moved kind of far away for college, away from my family, and it was kind of like a big deal at the time. Like, I moved further away than anyone else had, but it was like the best thing for me, honestly, because I got out of that echo chamber.
I think that's very important. I think a lot of white people, I obviously don't mean to stereotype, but based on me and some other white people I've talked to, I think those after high school years is when you start to learn new things, because you're not, and I'm not here to say that, my parents are wonderful people. I love them. I'm not here to say they did anything wrong. Right. Living in your parents' house in one town with the people you're not and your brain isn't developed yet, so you're not like open to,
Right.
Yeah.
You don't know what you don't know is what people say, right? So
Right.
I admit that when I was younger, I said a lot of really stupid shit, just not realizing how
Because
stupid it was.
teenagers know everything.
I mean,
Teenagers
Yeah,
are
Savvy,
never
I admit that from the time that I was
Savvy,
like
I had a
13 to the time I was, like,
university
17, I was
professor.
nuts.
Sorry, yeah. What? Oh, it was worse because I was like a smart teenager. So when you're a teenager who's told you're smart, there's no stopping.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I thought
There
I
is
knew
no
literally
stopping.
everything. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, I'm a teenager, but I'm smarter than other. Like it's so cringy. I can't believe I was like that. But
Yeah,
we can all grow and be
that
better.
sucks.
I have a couple comments I want to take a look at, and then I want us to do a sprint. But I'm really glad everyone shared. Oh, one thing I wanted to say, which was that
It's been a great conversation.
it is, yeah. When Sam was mentioning how you have poor white people and poor black people, and they both have the poverty experience, but they don't both have the same racism experience. I was thinking the concept of intersectionality. That word, I didn't learn the word intersectionality until college, and it's a long word, but I feel like it would be a concept that like could be taught in, I guess, social studies classes and that kind of thing when kids are elementary or maybe middle school, because it's kind of a difficult concept, but it's important to know that it's like people in their life, everyone is born with a different set of advantages and disadvantages in terms of society, and sometimes people are going to have disadvantages that stack on one another and put you in an even more difficult place, and sometimes
Hi.
Yeah. Hello, have we met our friend Doll?
because Doll is like, I don't know, I'll never tell you my real name, but I will share all of my trauma with you. Here we go. And I'm like, I love you, that's all.
I mean, not all the trauma. I'm not saying not even half of what happened, but
Yeah.
but I mean, when it comes
we
to
know that
intersectionalities, I have many. I'm all of them basically. I'm adopted. I'm biracial. I'm asexual. I'm pagan. I'm blind. Dude, I have them all. Intersectionalities are really difficult. It's and the more you get, the harder it gets, because it's harder for a lot of people. I'm not saying all, because look, there's AuthorTube. Hi, but a lot of people don't get it, or it doesn't rub them the right way. So yeah, intersectionalities are hard, but the more visible they are, the harder it gets. So absolutely, there's a lot. I'm still learning a lot, y'all. I'm not in the States. I cannot experience what you guys are experiencing. So I'm here to learn. I'm here to listen too.
Yeah, and I think that's great. So we got a couple comments. What Now says, here we were taught in primary school about our city's role in the slave trade. It was a concerted, lest we forget effort to educate children, profound effect, and now I'm inclined to think, speaking from the long shadow of British imperialism, that at its foundation, white privilege is being able to forget where all of this came from. Ignorance is the prize.
Thank you.
I think that's a really, really good way of putting it. That's definitely true.
Thank you. Speaking of forgetting things, I mean, I had a university professor, at university in one of the most prestigious universities of that country. You all know the country because you know where I lived. Who said, "Look at the United States. There's no longer racism. They had a black president." And I was like, "Whoa, hang in there!" And it's a professor, okay? So, okay.
No, that person's just wrong.
Yeah, there was another guy, and he happened to be a black guy, and so this guy and me were like, "Hang on a second," and both of us, and the rest of the classroom was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, that's
so yeah,
accurate.
It is the privilege to forget. It is the privilege of not knowing or not wanting to know, or wanting to think that because Mr. Obama was president, everything's better now.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
It was a big moment of progress for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But it didn't fix everything by any means. It didn't fix most things. I think it definitely helped to make strides towards, people's like implicit cultural biases. But I think as a whole, there were so many more issues that are just rooted in the system that one president could never solve alone. And okay, CO Savvy is here. I feel like I might have I missed so many comments at the beginning because of the super chats. I'm sorry, guys. But she says, I saw an Leto short film where two white people on a blind date, and the woman berated the guy for cracking racist jokes, but on her way out, she took a black stranger asking directions for a homeless person. Oh, I thought there was a more to that. So she took a black stranger asking. Oh, okay. So it's like she was okay.
She was a freaking hypocrite. What she was.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's like right. There's the overt racism, and then there's the subconscious
Microaggressions.
the microaggression. Yeah. So it's like she is like her date is being racist, and she's like, "Whoa, I don't want anyone being racist." But then she was being subconsciously racist, and like, so even if you're not being racist on purpose, you still sometimes need to reflect on like, am I judging someone by race, even if I didn't mean to? That kind of thing.
Yeah, like if a black man gets into an elevator and a woman clutches her purse tighter, like I've heard that before.
Yeah.
And stuff like what? Yeah, I've heard that example.
Yeah, it says, I was one of those I'm not racist people 6 years ago, Ferguson riots, and the words of those I really respected versus the words of my conservative family showed me a lot of what I was missing. I think it's true. Just listening is a huge thing. And I think to an extent, at least for white people, that involves we have to listen to people who are wrong, not to adopt their mindset, but to know why they think that way, so we know how to address that, right? Because I feel like in this case, it's easy to straw man something, to be like, oh, you're saying this because you must think this. But if that's not actually what they thought, you're not going to help convince them. So you do, to an extent, have to listen to the people who are backwards. Again, I'm not saying every individual, I'm not going to tell everybody what to do. But I feel like if somebody says something that I know is ignorant and is wrong, then I'm like, okay, I do have to listen to why you think this way, because otherwise I'm going to have no chance of actually convincing you in a way that is going to make sense to you.
Right.
It's easier to dismantle an argument if you understand the foundations of the thinking.
Yeah. Brilliant way of saying that. Exactly.
Samantha, you're so succinct.
And she claims she has brain fog tonight.
I do. I do have brain. Look, one of the reasons that my chronic migraines went so undiagnosed is because I'm so high functioning. So, like you guys think that I'm like on top form, and I'm like, I'm at 10%, like over here.
Low battery.
Humble
Low
brag.
battery.
I'm going to pull up a timer. 1 second. It's going to be one of Doll's timers.
Oh, thank you.
I think we're going to use this one with the pretty colors. And I know it took us an hour to get to our first sprint, but that's because we had
It's a special stream.
Yeah, this isn't your standard writing sprints. So let's see.
Sorry, I'm reading the bottom comments.
I was reading the comment too. I was reading the bottom comment. She could take over the world.
Yes, right.
All right, guys. So let's all get started on a sprint, and then we will come back in 20 minutes, talk about what we did. And CB, if you're still here, I did not forget about your comment about advice for growing YouTube platforms. We are going to talk about that as well. So 20-minute sprint, and then we'll be back to have more awesome discussions here. Everybody, get writing. Hey everyone. 1 second, I am just adding one more link to the description. I will be right back.
Okay.
I am almost done with my links. I'm just missing like 2, I think, and I'm done.
Well, yeah, to give Savvy and Doll that time, why don't everybody else go ahead and say how we did?
Okay.
Yeah, do that.
We can
I
do
guess
that.
I'll start. I watched a video called it's the first, hold on, I'm trying to find the title of it. Uncomfortable Conversations with a Black Man, Part 1. It's by Emmanuel Acho, A-C-H-O. So I recommend going on Twitter and finding that. It was a great listen. And he basically welcomes questions and everything so that he can make more videos answering questions and being a safe space for white people to educate themselves and be educated. And I've been looking for more petitions and everything. They've been buried in some things though. So I've just been working on that link. So Lauren, how'd you do?
I did okay. I never actually got around to saying what I was even working on because
Sorry, because
I got all distracted by the wonderful conversation we were having actually earlier. So since the arc of book 1 has already gone out and book 2 is already drafted and needs to be edited, I wanted to switch from like editing, which I've been doing, I feel like a lot lately, and I need a break from, to drafting. So I'm actually working on the beat sheet for book 3 so that I can start drafting that, just because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I have 2 brains when I write. Like I have my editing brain and my like drafting brain.
That happens to all of us, Lauren.
Like I lean on the other one. So that's where I'm at. And I was working on my beat sheet. I got through the midpoint. So I'm at the bad guys close in part.
Cool.
For book 3.
All right, so guys, I just added a ton of links to the description of this video. So in the description, you will find, which Sam was awesome enough to link to me, the link to the video that has like millions of views. That is all the ad revenues getting donated from that video. So I linked that video. Watch it. I would say, I mean, if you want to watch it multiple times, you can leave it playing in the background. But I would say watch it, like actually watch it at least once, because there's really good music in it, and like it's really great, and it'll introduce you to some new Black creators.
I can't wait for the music. I love that. I really want to get to hear it.
I need to listen to it again because I was listening to it last night. So definitely check out that video. I linked. First of all, I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned before we went live, but somebody complimented my shirt. And I didn't even realize when putting this shirt on that this shirt is actually from my favorite Black-owned small business of all time. And so I linked them in the description below too. It's a small business clothing company called Swanky, and it's run by my friend Clifton, who I met at we were like table neighbors at a small business selling things fair. So I love his clothes, and I put a link in the description to his business. I had also done a small business shout out to it in a previous video, but I like this shirt a lot, and I'm like, well, good thing we can link to him. So I linked to his business, and then I also linked to 2 organizations focusing on Black LGBTQ people. One is for helping with, one's in New Orleans. I linked the New Orleans one for Lauren and RK, my friend.
Thank you.
So there's one in, let me look up, wait, what was it called again? I'm a mess. The one in New Orleans is called Breakout. Okay. And it's for young people, you know, kids and teens, specifically Black LGBT kids in New Orleans, helping them, you know, with all the challenges that come with those things. And it's just like a community organizational program for that. So it looks like it has a lot of great youth resources. So I linked to that. And then the LGBTQ Freedom Fund, which helps out with bail for LGBT people, specifically LGBT people of color who have been who are awaiting trial. So maybe I will end up, dividing it among a couple different campaigns, especially since we are making a lot in Super Chat. So, I mean, thank you guys so much. Other thing, though, I'm pretty upset because somewhere along the way, this stream got demonetized. I don't know how that happened because, y'all, I get drunk I didn't get drunk on this stream. I'm like drinking bourbon almost everywhere.
I'm trying really hard not to.
I know, it's not you. No, Lauren, you drinking wine is not your fault. I've never gotten my stream demonetized before. I feel like maybe YouTube.
And we have been naughty before, eh?
Right?
I feel
I feel
like
that I'm talking about current events and like,
yeah.
God damn it,
Y'all
YouTube.
could please share this chat on your channels and ask people to come and super chat since it has now been demonetized by YouTube.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
No, that's insane.
I'm so mad it got demonetized because I'm like, this is what? Here we are I made a video to donate my ad revenue to charity, and YouTube is like, just kidding, no ad revenue for you. What?
What?
Okay, so Barbara says, I refreshed the screen and the ads are still there. So it was showing it demonetized in my YouTube studio page. I clicked the request manual review button, so maybe it's going to get reversed.
Maybe it was just the bots.
Maybe a bot made a mistake. It's going to be okay, you guys. Yeah, Sherry says they are using robots to decide what to nail chant. Yeah, that happens. Okay, Eva also says that she just got an ad. Okay,
so maybe it got reversed.
It's going to be okay. I'm going to check on Friday and see how much ad revenue and how much super chat revenue this video earned. So if, hopefully it earns some ad revenue. If not, I'll play it on repeat, I guess.
Did you keep a tally of how much we made so far?
In super chat? No, because I'm going to look on Friday because YouTube takes a cut of it, and I don't know exactly how much it is. So I don't know exactly how much we've made, even if I scrolled back up. But last someone counted in pure super chat money that YouTube hasn't taken anything out of yet, we were at $150, which is fantastic. So
yeah, but since then we got Kathleen's $24, and then I tossed in a little bit more during the last sprint.
I would say we're probably close to 200, but I know YouTube will take some of it. I don't know how much.
Mm-hmm. Processing fees.
I finished adding all the links.
Yay, guys!
I'm so sorry that it took so long, guys.
I'm drinking wine now on stream.
I'm so sorry that it took so long. You guys know I'm blind and I do that on my phone. So
I'm glad you added them. I'm gonna take a look at all of them after the stream today. Yeah, so everybody, hopefully the links, I don't know if you have to refresh the page to make the links show up in your description below, but all the links are there now with some resources for everything. And I included the link to 8 Can't Wait, the organization pushing for police regulations reform immediately. So I would recommend taking a look at that as well. Cool. So I wanted to address, because we talked about it an hour ago now, CB's question, which I saw CB is still in the chat, who had asked about how advice for growing your YouTube platform. So I think we can all probably kind of speak to what worked for us individually. I will say the first thing that worked for me in terms of getting any subscribers, well, the first thing I tried was clickbait. So that worked to get me up to 42 subscribers and then didn't work anymore. So I did, you guys all know my clickbait video, which was having huge boobs sucks, which now has 20,000 views on YouTube and has gotten itself demonetized. So wasn't worth it. But I got up to 42 subscribers from that video, and then was posting other videos with book reviews and whatever, and was getting nothing. So then RK, my buddy, was like, why haven't you done any newbie tags? And I was like, what is a newbie tag? and then he linked to the newbie tags. So I did
You owe your whole platform to RK.
So Heather has to leave.
So funny.
Bye, Heather. Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you very much for your support, Heather.
Bye,
Good night.
So after that, I posted BookTube newbie tag and AuthorTube newbie tag, and people were in my, because apparently people searched that. So I know CB, I think you did the newbie tag like a couple weeks ago while you were here. So what worked for me at first was to start with the newbie tag, and then everyone who commented on it, I would click on and go to their channels and comment on a couple of their videos and watch them and it was all about forming relationships and trying to get to know people. And then I would start searching the AuthorTube newbie tag as well to go and welcome new people into the community. And that's how I'd meet them, and we'd subscribe to each other and that kind of thing. And then from there, I just started kind of like expanding on the types of videos I made, but making them all kind of connected. But for me, the main thing was reaching out to a lot of people, talking to a lot of people, joining the AuthorTube Facebook group and meeting new people there. It took a long time. Like I put out every week now, I put out 2 videos and do a live stream. And back when I started, I put out 3 to 5 videos a week. So I was putting out videos a lot and watching other people's videos a lot and talking to people a lot. And I know there are people who have done less than me and have more subscribers than me, so that's always a little frustrating. But at least it's been taking me in a positive direction. So that's kind of what I've been doing, and also kind of carving out your niche a little bit. Like for me, that was being an author through the small business owner lens. So for me, that also came with like roasting scammers, exposing people who were taking advantage of people, taking down pyramid schemes and that kind of thing, because as a business owner, I'm passionate about that. So my channel became like drama of being a writer on the business side. And that's like what people would come there for. So if you have a specific like, with that topic though, you know, that has so many different things within it. So I can make business owner day in the life vlogs. I can make writing tips videos. I can make writing vlogs. I can react to a scammer talking at a pyramid scheme convention, but I tie it all back together. So it helps me make a lot of different kinds of videos. So I guess it's being broad and specific at the same time, right? Like finding the specific angle that you want to tackle this from, but then figuring out all the different types of videos that can include. I hope that made sense. What do you guys think about how you guys gained some subscribers?
I think I'm still too tiny to speak.
Because I'm gonna speak, and I only have half of the subscribers you have, Doll, and I'm not too tiny to speak. I'm gonna talk about what I do.
Yeah.
Well, I think what is working for me, and I wish it works for everybody, because I believe in this like 100%. You have to be genuine with everybody, and I'm here. Like, this community has done so much for me. Like, you guys have no idea. I'm not talking financially or like, you know, physically or material speaking. Like, it's different because this community took me away from extreme isolation. Not gonna go into details. You already know my story, and if you don't, well, I have a short story coming up, and I'm gonna talk about the behind the scenes and all that stuff. So later, another day. But this community really has done so much for me. It keeps me accountable. It's full of wonderful and warm and supportive people. I just want to give back to the community in whatever way I can. So I think what makes me grow my channel is just supporting people, collaborating with them, spending time with them, going to their streams, going to their videos. I cannot possibly go to each and every one of them every single week, but I try. And they are in my mind, and like, we are there for each other, and my inbox is always open in case anybody needs me. So it's like, that is one aspect. I have various aspects for this. The other thing is, I am a blind writer, and I'm a very vocal blind writer. So I took a niche, the blind community niche. If you guys haven't seen that, please check it out, because I'm bringing in a few other blind writers, because I'm not the only one. But the usual thing in the blind community, if they become content creators, is blind person handles money, how a blind person takes a shower. I don't know, I'm making this up because no, how a blind person travels internationally and stuff like that, because it's like accessibility questions and they are educating other people, and I'm a rebel. I'm like, I'm not doing that. But I am a blind writer. So I think this intersectionality of being a blind writer kind of pushes me in a way that my brand kind of stands out. So I did a little bit of community and branding. Like, you really have to stand out. The community grows a lot every day. There's new people coming every day. What do you have that makes you unique? What is it? I mean, when I started my channel, I was a silhouette because I had an awesome window and I was a shadow, and no one else was doing that.
I love
No
those
one else was
videos.
doing
Love
that.
them.
But now I don't have that. So what I can do now is I kept the window in an animated form. So it kind of, okay, I'm animated now. But I am now animated, and I keep the alien aspect of my channel. And it's still this sci-fi whimsical Northern Lights aspect of my channel. I still kept it despite not having the window anymore. So it has to have something that stands out. And it doesn't have to be you as a person. You don't have to be a disabled, asexual, pagan, adopted. You don't have to be as crazy as I am. No, but maybe something that you write about. Like, for example, Story Detective. I want to give a shout out to him too.
Story
because
Detective is great. I love him.
Story Detective took this detective aspect. And why? Because he is writing this Sherlock Holmes kind of book series. So the detective, and he took it and he made it his brand, and he's making videos. So it could be something and make it. So I think that's it. I mean, I'm still too tiny. I'm no big channel. I'm not even monetized. I'm still a big, a little.
So,
yeah.
Doll, you hit 400. Like, I remember when I hit 300 subscribers last year, I was like, whoa, I was so excited. I did like a whole Q&A celebration.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. I am over the moon.
Yeah, no, yeah, but that's my thing, is like, you're like, and in the AuthorTube community, like, this is a small community. So even having a couple hundred subscribers is like,
it's huge.
Community, yeah. So it's like, if you said you had a couple hundred subscribers and you were in like the makeup artist community, people would be like, wow, you're nobody. But in AuthorTube, we're just a smaller community. So
maybe I just haven't processed that yet. maybe it's gonna take me a couple of hours.
400 people standing together, you would be like, oh my god, this is how many people watch my videos. It looks like just a number on a screen, but that's 400 lives that you're touching.
I know.
Exactly.
And I know.
Yeah,
I just feel that I have a long way to go. That's the feeling I have.
We
all do.
We're all trying to keep improving. Leora has a good note here. I want to second Savvy's note about commenting and forming relationships. You don't just want subscribers, you want quality subscribers who are going to give you likes and comments.
Yes.
The thing I noticed was I tried blogging before I did YouTube, and my blog posts would get like a higher number of views than my videos would at first, but my videos got more comments. And that incentivized me to want to do the videos more, because it was all about interacting with people. Like, even if I had a blog post, if it got 700 views, but it got no comments, like, okay, someone passively clicked on it, read through it, and kind of let it go. But on YouTube, someone cared enough to type something out, to say something to me, to want to share their thoughts on it. And that's kind of how a legitimate relationship starts. That person might come back to view more, and you might start viewing more of their stuff. So yeah, it's the whole thing about, do you want fans or do you want to make friends? And I think in AuthorTube, making friends is definitely a better way to go.
It's a key aspect, the aspect of community. Community is key on AuthorTube.
Another thing too.
Whoa!
All of that is correct. Another thing too is that, like, the act of being an author is about collaboration. Collaboration is the stone that sharpens your blade. That's what makes you a better author is, reading other people's work and talking to other authors and seeing what their process is and adapting things to your process and all of that. Like, it's definitely about making connections and relationships with other people instead of just, what's my count going to be?
Exactly.
Can I get my subs high enough?
So, and that was what I found, because I'm an even smaller channel than Doll is. I just surpassed 200 subscribers like within the past week. And what really has done it for me was being able to interact during the live streams, being able to actually chat with people and talk with people and let them into, you know, my world and my writing. And so it's been more than just sharing my niche, which is the same niche as everyone here, basically. It's sharing how we write and how to be a writer and how to do that. Even with my unique background of coming from marketing and having that additional thing to add to the whole I'm a writer and this is how you write better kind of a thing. It's really been more about the relationship building with the live streams and going on other people's live streams and co-hosting and having good collaboration, having a strong collaborative effort of being able to promote other people and being seen and being visible, but also making sure that you're being engaging and spending your time being engaging.
Yes.
All right,
I absolutely
I feel like there's a collab that could potentially come from this.
All right, CB.
So,
I really wanted to.
Hi, I'm BC. Let's have the CBBC.
CB live stream. Oh my God, BC.
that'd be great.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
I'm the smallest channel here, as I'm at 125. So obviously the most knowledgeable on how to do all of this.
Oh, come on.
But all right, I do want to bring up how I do things because I can't do a lot of what everybody else was saying. I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom. I have 3 kids, and I couldn't even really start writing as an author again until my youngest was school-aged. So what I do is I took Jenna Rossi's Building Your Author Platform class. And really, when I have a lot of marketing questions and stuff, I DM her a lot. So I have to give her a little credit there because she's always willing to answer my questions.
Yeah.
But I figured out what my brand was. And to figure out what my brand was, I asked some of my friends, actually, and I asked some of or my husband, not some of, yes, some of my many husbands. I asked my husband and some of my friends, and it's like I wanted to do the mom writer because I didn't see that anywhere. I'm seeing more now, but at the time, I just didn't see any. And I was like, people need to talk about this because I know when I was starting to get back into writing and I was coming out of my depression, it just made me feel worse because everyone was like, just write when you have time and just do this and just do that. And I'm like, I have 3 human beings who depend on me to survive. I cannot do these things. So I was like, I want to talk about that. But I didn't want my entire brand to just be mom writer, right? Because even like my thing, it's writer mom. I am a writer who moms. That's just how I see myself. So I was like, I need something else. And my best friend was like, badass. And I'm like, is that very professional? And he's like, I work for a marketing company. You're fine. Badass. And I'm like, okay, I'll listen to you. And that's what my website, that's what everything is. It's writing mom, badass. And then I took that. And because I am how I am, I was like, now I have to sell myself. And I pimp myself out at every opportunity, at every chance. Like, it's like, hey, I got a newsletter. My first one's going out tomorrow. I was talking to some people. They're like, I can't get people to sign up for my newsletters. And we're like talking about it. And someone went, oh, well, I really love reading newsletters. And I was like, hey, I got a newsletter you could sign up for. Which it's like, yeah, we're in a chat talking about newsletters. You would think that this person would just go sign up for everybody's newsletter. But they were like, oh, really? Great. Can you link me? So you really got to be okay with finding those opportunities and aggressively putting yourself out there. But like be careful about how aggressive it is, because people can get tired of you. But if you figure out when to do it, and it's kind of a trial and error thing.
It is a trial and error. I'm
Well,
learning
right
still.
here, we've got some algorithm advice from this dude, Steve. So Steve popped in the chat over here telling us that
Fucking animal, by the way.
I'm blown away. Steve made a channel 2 months ago, has gained 1,400 subscribers in 2 months. So
I want to know. I want to know exactly what's going on.
Videos a day. You never
Are you
stop
lighting
working.
yourself on fire? Are
So
you
he
are
said
you
research
putting videos on YouTube?
content is
What
amazing.
is happening here?
Hashtags and thumbnails affect your stats. Impressions matter more than anything. So for those of us who don't know much about how algorithms work, Steve, can you tell me more about what interactive content means? Does that mean like people who commenting on things, or does that mean like live streams where people like interact directly? What do you mean by that?
I think he refers to not only interactive content like comments and likes. That's helpful, yes, but it also like the cards added to the videos added at the end screens,
Gotcha.
and the links in the description and
Okay,
playlist
cool.
and
Like,
I always do
yeah.
that. Good.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's actual content that viewers can interact with themselves.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, instead of just watching and listening, they're also I need to click here, and okay, there's some more links down here, and there's some stuff to do.
Like if you're doing a video and you're like, hey, so these are my worst romance tropes that I absolutely hate. I also did my favorite romance tropes. You can click it in the video thumbnail right here. And they can
Jenna
click
does that a lot. That's a Jenna Moresi thing. She does that a lot.
Yeah, well, that's having an introduction, right? I always go, what's up, my fellow small business supporters? And BC always goes, what's up, my writing weirdos, right?
Hello there, humans.
And that was like an alien from a distant galaxy. Everyone has their
Okay,
thing.
hey y'all.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, it's still an introduction.
Yeah, hey y'all, that works. Yeah. So I started doing that
be
because
yourself, guys. Be yourself.
What is your intro to your videos?
Yeah, if your intro, it can make people feel like they're part of a community with you. So if I go like, what's up, my fellow small business supporters? It's like everyone who's watching this, you're supporting small business by watching this video, and we're all big family together. So the more you can try to create a community around
Okay, are you hiding from all of us on the stream?
Steve has commented in my Discord that I look like I'm melting, and so
you decided to actually melt.
Yeah.
Poor RK.
Oh, okay, I like this. So interactive content. I'm doing this now. Comment what to do next. Get this to 200 likes, and I'll do next. Oh, okay. I do that too, right? I said like I was like, when I get to 1,500 subscribers, I'll release merch, and now I've been like, here's my new designs. When I get to 3,000, I'll release the new merch.
See, that's something I really have to improve
let's do
upon.
that now. If we get
I need to do more.
$250 in super chat, I will give an art copy to somebody of my book. There we go.
Okay.
I have to do that because I have a short story coming up, and it's going to be self-published on my YouTube channel. And I was like, I'm never going to get to 1,000 before that.
So
Maybe.
yeah, if your super chat gets to what, $250, Lauren will give out another arc, and Saul will give out a short story.
If we can get to $300, I will give a copy of every one of my novels, which is 3 novels, to somebody that super chatted.
That's awesome. I need to figure out
Come on,
something
people.
to do then.
Super chat.
Hang on. There goes another pizza, but wait.
Oh, more pizza.
So what's more entry, damn it.
This is a good question. How do you release merch? So what I do for merch is it kind of depends how you're getting it made, but what I do is I set up a store on Big Cartel, which you can, up to 5 items, you can have the store for free. So I set up a store on Big Cartel, and then I make merch on Printful, and I linked the stores so that like when I put up new merch on the Big Cartel store, if people order it then it'll leave me a notification on the Printful account and I can ship it. It's like drop shipping, right? I can ship it directly from the Printful account. They'll print the merch on demand in their warehouse and ship it to the person who ordered. So that's how I do my merch.
I do my merch a little bit differently. Yeah. So I do my merch on Teespring. I have a channel on Teespring, and they do everything. They're like the one that Savvy just mentioned, where they print it right there and then ship it off. So it automatically fulfills it, and I don't have anything to do past designing the products. So I just design them, and then they automatically ship them.
So there's a lot of ways to do.
I also have a Teespring. It's very convenient.
Yes. I'm wearing one of my Teespring.
Yeah.
And one of my Teespring shirts.
I don't think any of these sites are USA only. What's nice, when I've done stuff on Printful, I assume like Zazzle and Redbubble and everything does them the same, which is that when the person orders it, wherever their country is, these places kind of have warehouses everywhere, so it ships it from their country. And then the merch shipping isn't more expensive to, like, because like when I sell Forever Home Friends products, because I package everything up in my home, like in my living room, I package everything up myself and take it to the post office. So I have to have international shipping cost more for that. But on like these merch sites that do the drop shipping, the international shipping is the same. So that's kind of nice.
So back to the YouTube growing your channel thing. I'm a good example of what not to do.
Lauren dropped off the face of the
We love you.
We still love you.
Throw out
but
all the shade.
So
Throw
here's
out
what
all
not
your
to
tea.
do. For any of you wondering, do not start your YouTube channel with a sensationalized clickbait video and then go into your actual content later, because that's a bad idea.
Literally what I did. I made a video of my boobs and then I'm like,
worked out well for me.
channel.
It worked out well for you, but it did not work out well for me. It's divided 50-50. Not a good investment. And then also what not to do not take hiatuses for months at a time. Be consistent with your videos, because that is, I mean, I'm still on hiatus right now. I went
if you have to batch your video content, that's perfectly fine. Batch your video content so you can take a vacation.
I did that for a while.
I'm like, Thursday is my filming day, Friday is my editing day. Yeah.
What happens is whenever you batch your content and then stuff comes up in between that you want to actually address or whatever, it's already like scheduled, and then you have to like redo your whole schedule, and it's like a whole thing. It's like a whole thing. And then COVID happened, and then I sold my house, and I'm borrowing Wi-Fi from my parents' house, and I'm still on hiatus on my channel right now. So like, don't be me, children, is the lesson, the moral of the story.
Lauren's going to surprise us all, however. Lauren's going to completely surprise us all, because she's going to get into her new house and she's going to start doing videos again, and all of a sudden her channel's going to go kaboom!
She's going to have 100K, and we're all going to be at less than 10K.
Yeah, I have to share something.
Oh, thank you, Divided by Sight.
Lauren! The other Lauren! Lauren!
It said, best advice for new YouTubers. Thank you so much.
I love you, Lauren. Love you, Lauren. She's awesome.
They're the best people, I'm convinced.
She's another blind writer. If you want to support blind writers, go and subscribe to Lauren. Please do. She's an amazing person and an awesome writer and an awesome poet.
Right now.
Yeah. All right, guys, I think we need to do another sprint. So I'm going to put another 20-minute timer up, and then I'm sure we'll have more amazing things to talk about after the sprint is over. So here we go, sharing the screen.
Steve just commented in my Discord, Ari looks like the high kid in class, hoping not to get called on.
Yeah, you do, not going to lie.
Amazing. There might be some truth to that.
Kind of true, though. I'm like the less at Thanksgiving.
Everybody, get ready to write. Go.
that brings us together. The country is crying out for
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
We are back from the sprint. I just spent those 20 minutes working on some stuff for my job, and I'm still not done, so I'm going to have to do that on our next sprint if we have one, or if everyone's too exhausted and we don't have another sprint, then we'll do it after the stream. How did all of you guys do?
I read a section of my dark fantasy manuscript that I didn't even realize I had written.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading it and I was like, I don't recognize this shit at all.
That happened.
Oh god, that's so relatable. It's like, what the hell is this? This is not mine. I didn't write that. No, it wasn't me.
I was reading it and I was like, this is some good writing, but I don't remember writing it. I wonder why.
I thought you felt it was bad because that's what happens to me. I see some crap and I'm like, no, I didn't write that.
No, it was good writing. I mean, it had a bunch of typos. It was riddled with typos because I don't use the back button whenever I'm on my first draft of things. So it was riddled with typos. But I was reading it and I was like, this is really good. This is really cohesive and it flows really well. I was like, why do I not remember writing this at all?
Maybe you were drunk.
Maybe. Who knows?
You're gonna laugh at me. What was the? No, I was rehearsing a song. I'm gonna sing "Thank You." I'm gonna sing "Thank You" by Dido. That's gonna be my 400. I'm gonna make it more writing related somehow. So I was rehearsing some lyrics and testing out what I can do, sort of like a parody, but not really. So it's like the writer version of that song.
I love that. I'm so excited to hear it. That sounds awesome.
I love Dido.
So that was my sprint, and also and I left a super chat. I have to. I'm blind. I'm slow, so it takes me like 5 minutes to leave, but I did it.
Yay for more super chat.
Yay.
I sent an arc of my book to Heather because she asked for one.
Yay!
And I did some work on my outline and I made some popcorn.
I'm probably going to make some popcorn after this, or maybe I'll make popcorn on the next sprint because I'm hungry.
And I watched a little bit of Avatar. They're in Bossing Say.
Hello, Lauren. Yeah, I know. Oh, so you have already seen Melon Lord.
Yeah.
Sorry. All the blind people.
Well, I've watched Avatar: The Last Airbender several times.
I love that series. I love that show. Toph is my best friend. I love her.
She's such a badass. Like, that's what I like about her, is she's just so unafraid of everything. And I'm like, I wish I was you, Toph.
That was me when I was 12. What happened? What happened to me?
Yeah.
Toph was my fave. Her and Sokka. They're my two favorites.
Yeah, Sokka's definitely the underdog of all underdogs.
I know I missed out. I've heard how great it is, but I just for some reason didn't watch it. I don't know why.
Well, you need to jump on that bandwagon. It's on
I do. I definitely do.
To be fair, I was
get on it, Twinkle Toes.
I was absolutely horrendous about watching anything episodic when I was younger. I was like, if I can't when I was younger, still, if I can't binge it, I can't see it. But I had a best friend who was amazing at watching episodic things. So when I'd go to her house on Saturdays, she'd be like, we're watching this now. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, as a kid, I pretty much just watched sitcoms. I've always been a sitcom person my whole life.
Guys, I don't watch TV, but Avatar is like the only show I know and love and appreciate. And guess why? Guess for who? Of course it is. Of course it is for Toph. But I mean, no joke. I love the whole show. All the character development in that show, the world building, the character development, the animation sequences. It
really is a great show. Like, objectively speaking, as a cinephile, as a writer, like, it really does hit like all of those milestones or whatever that you want to hit as a show to like develop your characters and keep the audience engaged and all of that. Like, just generally speaking, period, dot, end of sentence. Like, and it's an animated children's show.
Yeah.
On top of
Yeah,
that,
okay.
you
I
know
felt
what I
that
mean?
way
Like,
about Gargoyles. That was how I felt about Gargoyles. And which
Gargoyles was legit. Thank you.
was
Thank
was-
you.
well written, and it was a children's show.
That's
Yes.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like live action shows that I don't like as much as some of these cartoon shows.
I mean, yeah. Well, my friend and I, every time we get together, we rewatch the entirety of As Told by Ginger. I don't know if anyone watched that, but that was like my.
Someone once told me the grass is much greener.
Yes, yes. That was my favorite show as a kid, and it was great because it was an animated show, but it was like the characters aged, like going from middle through high school, and they also changed clothes. And even though it was a cartoon, and they also dealt with legit issues like death and things like that, and addiction, all kinds of stuff on this Nickelodeon cartoon.
What was it again?
Dude, Nickelodeon was like hitting.
Nickelodeon is super legit. It's As Told by Ginger.
Ah, this
That's
red
what
hair
I
girl.
Yeah. That was
exactly the same.
It's hard to find it because you can't find the DVDs for sale anywhere.
I remember that show.
Yeah.
It was nice. I remember that. It was
I
one of those that I would watch
that
through.
show in its entirety like 3 or 4 times now, from beginning to end, just because I don't know. It just like it does so
One
much
of
for me.
You and
one
I
of the
bonded over
things I
Degrassi.
love.
What'd you say, RK?
You and I bonded over Degrassi too.
Degrassi.
I love Degrassi.
So Tyler and I watched all like in college. A couple of my friends and I watched Degrassi. We watched from season 1 of Degrassi Junior High from like 1987 all the way through like season 6 or 7 of The Next Generation from like 2007, 2008. And then Tyler and I did the same thing after I graduated. Then we started binging the whole thing all the way through there again. And I've been meaning to edit a Degrassi Junior High fan video set to Nickelback for a long time, but I just it's gonna get demonetized.
They're all on YouTube for free. All the episodes.
Yeah, dude. Now they are. Back when I watched them, I had to buy them on DVD, especially Degrassi High. I couldn't find that anywhere. What's up, Lauren?
Leora has this really great comment about the Legend of Korra, which is like the second
Oh, sorry. I'm like
or the
I'm all
spinoff
over the place.
of Avatar. How it has iconic eye visibility,
It
and
does.
that is so
Heard that.
true.
Okay.
It is
High
so
five, Leora.
true.
High five.
It is hitting. Thank you for mentioning that.
So I don't know if you've seen, but do you know Stephen Partridge, he's the AuthorTube.
Yes, we love Steven. We
He
love
and I
him.
did a video together. Well, we did a collab. It was one video on each of our channels, and it was each of us shared our top 5 favorite bisexual characters. And one of his, I think, was Cora. Is it Cora? I haven't seen the show. Is it Cora? I think.
Yeah, it's Cora.
Yeah. So
He like walks off into the sunset with a girl at the end of the series, and it's like, yes.
Yes,
Asami.
Devin!
Yeah, Cora and Asami holding hands together. That's
I'm
iconic.
glad. Okay, Devin knows his Degrassi history, which I appreciate because nobody ever knows their Degrassi history. Degrassi started as the Kids of Degrassi Street in 1980. I tried to watch the Kids of Degrassi Street. It is so poorly. We're like, I liked watching how badly done Degrassi Junior High was, right? Because it was like a video you'd watch in health class in high school for like informational things on why to avoid drugs or whatever. Like it felt like a PSA, but I still got so emotionally invested in it. But the Kids of Degrassi Street is like unwatchable. It looks like a child's home movie. It's bad.
The shade.
It looks like a child's home movie. I love
It's like it's a bunch of kids, and like there's just cameras on these regular kids. It feels like experimental almost.
Oh, what's the name of that reality TV show you were telling me about with the kids?
Oh, Kid Nation.
Yeah.
Okay, Tyler and I just watched all of Kid Nation. Is this show? It was on in 2007, which is weird because the characters on Kid Nation who are like 14 on the show, like we were 14 during the show, so like we could have like aged along with them. But no, Kid Nation
could have been on Kid Nation.
Reality show / social experiment where they took 40 kids to the middle of nowhere where there were a couple cabins set up and they had the kids create their own society. They were like, we'll do like Lord of the Flies, but as a reality show. Except they definitely like structured things a little bit because they needed to make it like Survivor for the reality TV audience. So they'd like have the kids do challenges to win things and stuff. But it was fascinating to watch children try to run a society.
I feel like I would be the worst reality television star on the planet because I would just sit around and write and eat snacks all day and not engage with anyone else.
All of us, Lauren. All of us. All of us. All of us.
Oh, you do.
I would love to be on like Big Brother or something, just because I love being in a house with tons of other people for an extended period of time. I find that
is my nightmare.
I only did that once, and it was during Eurovision 2016 week. So, you know, it's a big thing in Europe.
Doll, sorry, you cut out.
I hate this lagging. I hate you, internet. I cannot hate it because it's borrowed. Woohoo! But yeah. The only time I went to, is it fine now? Is it better now?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
No.
Now.
Yeah, so I went to this Eurovision thing in 2016 with we were like 10 people in one house. It was an Airbnb and we were 10 people there for a week, eating like really cheap snacks and surviving on cheap stuff and going to the concert. By the last day, we were all done. That was the only time I've done that. It was in a foreign country where I didn't speak the language, so I don't speak Swedish, so I was like, oh, it was very uncomfortable, but yay, I survived, so I can say I did it.
Do you guys have
the only thing that was missing were the cameras?
Like, do you guys think you could all do another sprint?
No.
Sure.
No?
Yeah, I can.
I can.
It was like, nope.
It's okay.
Okay.
I'm not gonna pressure you.
No, I can.
All the
pressure.
Also, RK, did you win your chess game earlier?
No, because my internet cut out, and I was gonna win. I had 2 queens and a rook and a knight, and this fucker only had a king and 3 pawns left, and my internet cut out. So now he's like, I'm so talented. Because I cut out that guy's internet. I'm like, you fucking suck, dude. Just leave me alone. Get out of my
head. AuthorTube Big Brother. I think AuthorTube Big Brother would be a fantastic show.
I think AuthorTube Big Brother would be a bunch of people writing separately in their individual rooms for long.
And then BC and I start up a karaoke at 3 a.m. in the morning, and everyone's like, "Shut the fuck up!"
Oh, Brandon Sanderson said once that they like, or I forgot who. I think it was Brandon Sanderson. He said like they're always trying to do like author reality TV shows, but they just can't because there's no way they can edit it to make it entertaining because all they
and then there's AuthorTube.
And then there's AuthorTube where we make it damned entertaining.
I think we make it entertaining.
Yeah, we are damned entertaining. Hear what they say.
CO Savvy says, I wouldn't mind doing an adult camp like Salute Your Shorts since I never had the whole camping experience, not the tent and bugs, but the cabins and campfire ghost stories. Yes.
Yes.
I love that. Okay, because I have this, like one of my weird OCD things is that I have to use a toilet. I cannot pee on a tree. I cannot pee outside. Like I cannot handle that.
Oh, baby, don't come visit me.
Does not allow it. I like start to panic about the notion of it. So
I'm not gonna go camping if you come visit.
Savvy will not survive that. No,
I can't. I won't survive.
No. Oh God.
Savvy.
Savvy.
What?
No swamp tours for Savvy.
No.
No Iceland.
What
No
about
Iceland camping for Savvy.
who don't write but just drink and do YouTube karaoke?
That sounds
So
entertaining.
Doll and I are on that one.
Yeah. Not camping around Iceland for you, Savvy. You really have to, adapt to the concept.
No, I wouldn't do it.
And it's very cold too.
So, like, I mean, Tyler enjoys hiking, which there's no elevations or inclines in Chicago whatsoever. It's completely flat land. So when he likes hiking, he like, like his parents live in North Carolina, so if they go hiking, he'll go with them. And when we're visiting them, and they'll be like, "We're gonna be gone on this hike for like 8 hours." I'm like, sounds like I might have to pee outside. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'll just stay home. So I just stay home when they do that because I'm like,
Wow.
that is
Did you hear the story of how I almost threw my husband off a mountain because he tricked me into hiking?
Do not throw your husband off a mountain.
I almost did.
Lauren. Oh my God, Lauren.
It's close.
You won't be savvy on
Swear to God.
See, that's the thing. I can go without literally every accommodation other than a toilet. Like, I don't, like, I told that story about how I didn't mind sleeping in the Cleveland Greyhound stop overnight. I don't mind. I can literally, like, I don't mind about any of that. I don't need, like, a nice place or a bed. I just need a toilet. That is the only thing. I don't even care if it's out in the middle, like, if people see. I don't care. Like, I have to be sitting on the toilet.
I mean, that's fair.
I mean, we can get you so does it work if you get like a portable toilet? Does that work?
Like a porta potty? Yeah.
Cool. Then you just get one.
Said Lauren didn't come to play.
A portable toilet to bring with everywhere and like set it up. So yeah. But if I'm like hiking, how would I carry that?
Look,
Yeah,
Lauren and I will
that's
just build,
that's why they make Shiwis.
Lauren and I will just build you an outhouse. I'm confident we can do it.
We can do it. I know how to do an outhouse.
Yeah,
I grew
it's
up in
just
the
like
country.
I know.
it's just a hole in the ground, and then you build a wood toilet.
I
It's
can
a
do the hole in the
OG
ground.
potty.
I've already done that. I know how
Yeah,
to do
that's
holes in the
easy.
ground.
That's easy.
They have actually like portable stuff like to
Mhm.
set up for camping. So good. We can help you out.
Yeah,
Let's
we can't.
do a writing sprint.
Hang on.
Digging holes, Granddad. There's something like on my camera. I don't even know.
All right, guys. It's getting late in the night, but we are amazing hard workers. So let's do a writing sprint. Here
I'm
we
preparing my last super chat, just saying. But this is the very last because I really cannot anymore. And I know I will be fine. I will get I'll explain. I got a quick translation thingy.
Yeah.
It didn't pay me much, but basically I am donating everything I earned.
No, that's really, really sweet of you. Don't stress yourself out with anything, you know?
No. I really want to do it. I might get another translation something. It might come again. I mean, you do it once and then someone else is like, "Hey, can you translate? Hey, can you translate?"
I mean,
So
you deserve translation things because you know so many languages.
I only know 3 words.
Yeah, and you guys are all being so great with the super chats. I'm gonna try to match a donation for as much of it as I can. I'm not doing awesome with my money, with my bank account at the moment, but I'm gonna try to match it, and I'm really hoping that the demonetization is not here to stay. So we'll see on that. In any case, we're gonna get writing. So everybody, let's get ready to go. And 20
And there it goes.
sprint.
Savvy. BC's back.
And we're back.
Hello.
We back.
Hey.
Woohoo.
All right. Back from the sprint. How did the sprint go for everybody?
I am starting to change up the lyrics a little bit, and I like what I hear. So
All right, right. Steve Dirtle put in, I don't know how much that translates to in US dollars.
it is it's kind of like $20. So tusen tack Dirtel. Tusen tack
Awesome.
Stig.
Thank you so much. That's amazing.
That's a Norwegian krona, so it's like $20.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Yes.
You guys
Very
are
much
so
so.
awesome.
My parents lived in Norway for 2 years, and my sister was born in Norway, in Stavanger, actually. So, thanks that's my little Norway connection.
I have zero Norway connection. I would like to have a Norway connection.
Shout out Norway.
My ancestors came over from there.
There we go.
We used to joke. We used to joke with my sister because, like, I have auburn hair, and my little sister. So my oldest sister was born in Norway, and she has blonde hair, and I have auburn hair, and my little sister has like flaming red strawberry blonde hair. So none of us look alike at all. And we used to joke because she was the blonde one and she was the one born in Norway that we accidentally took home a Norwegian child by mistake.
Oh no.
But we also used to tell my younger sister that she was adopted all the time, and she wasn't, because we were just mean. So
Yeah, you always cheaper by the dozen, and you're only a quarter of their size.
I know.
Yeah.
Destiny's comment is so nice here. Limoncello and lemonade, Sour Patch Kids, and good people. I feel better already. I started the stream feeling so heavy and my heart and soul hurting that I had you all to make me feel better. Destiny, I'm so glad this stream brought you some happiness.
Love you.
Today was, yeah. Most people know I was dealing with nasty homophobic trolls on Twitter.
Yeah.
I posted on my Instagram about it because it was at the end of Lisa's stream. I got a comment because I can't say half the shit if I want this to get monetized but well, on Monday night there were a lot of protests in Chicago, and I went to them and tried to stay socially distanced and try to see if anyone needed help, and then there were rumors that there was this somewhat white supremacist anti-LGBT hate group that was going to come to my neighborhood in Chicago. So I tweeted, do I need to take down my pride flag for this? And most people were like, yeah, just be safe. And so I took it down. And then today I got a comment from someone whose name I cannot say publicly, or my whole channel would get demonetized if I said what their name was.
I saw that tweet.
Yeah, and and they were like, you shouldn't put it back up. We don't support you. And their whole feed is things hating on gay people. And I was just so upset, all day. And I was like, this is a stupid internet troll, and he just wants me to be upset. This is not this is somebody who just does this to annoy people. I know that, but still I was like, oh, stupid internet troll got to me. So I really appreciate also, there was so much support in the author community because I put up a post about this and I got 30 comments instantly of people being like, I reported him over and again. I was like, you guys are amazing.
Same thing. The author community, I have to also say thank you. Not today though, but I mean on Saturday, my little invader, super fan, or however we want to call it, he might be watching this because poor thing has no life. He might, because he went after I collaborated with another YouTuber. Her name is Kat Bowser, and I just collaborated with her.
I love Kat. Yeah, I loved your guys' stream. That was great.
Well, he watched that and he went after Kat, and then he was commenting on Kat's videos, on replying to me and being really aggressive. And first thing that everybody did was I reported him. I was like, wow, I did not expect that.
Doll, I'm so sorry that guy is still bothering.
Oh, he won't stop. He might be watching. Hi, dude. Whatever.
It's okay. Because he can be here because you got us.
Yeah. Here's a message from me, Savvy. I want you to leave Doll alone. If you're that guy, if you're one of Doll's friends watching this, obviously that's not targeted at you.
Leave her alone.
But yeah, we all want you to leave her alone. You really need to do that. I don't think that'll get through to him, but like,
nah.
Not interested. Go away.
Go away. We are not friends anymore.
Yeah.
Screw that. It's just, but I mean, the community is so supportive, and I'm very, very thankful. It does make me feel a lot safer. So thank you guys.
I am so grateful for, because all the 2020 has been everyone knows. I think that's the one thing everyone can come together. This year has been the worst year. Everyone except Jeff Bezos. It's been a great year for him, but everyone else has been a terrible year for. So
and an asteroid is about to hit. Well, it's gonna miss supposedly, but yeah, there's an asteroid on the way too.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, there's a tweet about it. There was some news about it. There's
coming at our planet.
Yeah,
it's gonna miss. It's gonna miss, but
supposedly gonna miss.
But it's coming.
I hope so. I mean, I hope it misses. That's scary. But yeah, I mean, literally all the author community, you guys have been with the coronavirus. I guess I'm allowed to say that on YouTube now. I won't get demonetized for that anymore. But with the coronavirus, when I was my business was struggling and you guys were there to give me words of encouragement and all of that. This is just a really wonderful supportive group of people. I'm glad that you guys are all here.
I just can't believe that anyone was trolling you like that. In this day and age, it seems
but
seems so out of place. And I know it's not, but at the same time, I'm still shocked. And I don't know why I'm shocked. It's maybe my optimism.
I was making fun of oh, how can lesbians even have sex? So I considered replying to explain it to him, but then I was I'm just not going to engage with this account.
Let me give you a PowerPoint, motherfucker.
Yeah, diagram.
Here are some resources.
Let's talk about some resources here, and let's do stick figure theater.
You wanted to
I feel
educate him?
Generalized, but I feel like a lot of homophobic straight guys would use lesbian anything for the spank bank.
Oh, of course they would.
So I don't want to give him that fuel.
True. So during this I ended up.
Lesbians have sex the way they want.
Yes,
I don't know why that's confusing to people, but. Okay, Shelby Wright says it'll miss by over 3 million miles, happens fairly often. Wanted to say that for anyone who has anxiety like me. Yeah, I appreciate that because I was getting very anxious. Of course, now the world's literally going to end. We were joking about the world ending, but it's really going to happen. No, it's not. Okay, we're good.
Just another asteroid missing Earth by a little bit.
Kathleen, $25 super chat is still chilling up at the top.
Guys, if the world's gonna end, donate to Super Chat now. You don't need your money.
Right now.
There's an asteroid coming.
We got a pandemic. We got race riots. We got an asteroid headed this way. Donate your money now. Just donate your money.
And we talked about lesbian sex, so donate.
Well, everyone who did put money in the super chat today, I appreciate it so much. I'm going to try, if this video does stay demonetized, I'm going to try to figure out what I would have earned from it and contribute that along with the super chats to the funds here, because this better not stay demonetized. Anyway, I really appreciate that. I'm really hoping that this can help support both some small businesses and support some youth organizations, especially in the Black and LGBT communities. And I really appreciate you all coming together. And I mean, I really appreciate, like, I had this idea that, like, oh, you know, I want to be donating things, but I don't have a ton of money to donate. And I'm like, we can do a live stream with the ad revenue and the super chat. And you guys, like, all, like, went for it. You guys are all so awesome. Thank you so much.
Happy to.
You guys
I'm
are
happy to help. I'm
the
happy
best
to help.
people.
Whatever I earned, it will come back. You know, it will come back.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. I'll be okay.
RK is hypnotizing people with his eyebrows.
I'm just
Do it again.
He's like, super chat, super chat.
Super chat.
You're gonna donate. Relax. Close your eyes and click that purchase button.
it just
No,
it felt warm.
people, because you have a hypnotic voice. Like, your voice is just so, like, I could get lost in it.
Oh, really? Really? Can I have a female voice status? I don't really think so, but maybe.
Doll, if you want to grow your channel fast, do ASMR with that voice.
Oh.
ASMR, yeah, you can get.
Well, I realize I do have things in common with my bro then. I see.
There you go. There you go.
It's a family
It's an alien trait.
thing.
It's an alien
family
trait.
thing. It's a family thing. He's not an alien and he has that voice, so
That he
family
knows
thing.
of. He's not an alien that he knows of.
True. True.
I've tried using ASMR in videos just to, like, emphasize points. Like, if I really want to drive something home, pull the microphone real close and whisper seductively into it instead of
Whisper
screaming the point.
seductively.
RK does that on his
Whisper.
feeds. RK does that on his streams. Gets real close to the microphone.
Oh yeah, you were on my live stream.
I was.
Yeah,
He's just like, everybody should go do this right now, and just starts whispering.
I was pretty. I was telling people to hire Harley for graphic design.
This guy over
yeah,
in
her art is so good.
yeah, where's that guy? Ah, yeah, in Romania. This guy over in Romania, this Moonstruck guy. His writing sprints are basically ASMR with writing.
Yeah, that's true.
He's always mumbling everything he's writing, just as he writes by. It's like an
Yeah, but I love his
ASMR.
streams. I love those
I
streams.
love it. Whenever I'm an insomniac, I go to his streams and I do fall asleep. It's very helpful, actually.
Very soothing.
I know. It's very soothing. I just didn't know I was capable of that too. Come on, guys.
That's what we needed.
needed.
That's what we needed. Just be like,
It is your very last chance,
Yeah,
guys.
we're probably gonna have to wrap up the stream in a couple of minutes. Because at the very least, I gotta go to bed soon since I have conference calls for work in the morning and such.
oh yeah.
Have to be
important.
important hours.
But I've had a great time with
Oh.
all of you, and I appreciate everyone who came to the stream. Special shout out to everyone who did super chat stuff. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And everyone who watched through ads and didn't skip them. You know, it's all part of it. You guys are all awesome. Thank you so much for being here.
Everybody's awesome.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. And remember that all the revenue is not for us, is for the small businesses. So you're helping a good cause today. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. I will
Editing.
on Friday with how much we earn from Super Chat, how much, if the video is demonetized right now and needs to get manually reviewed, we might not be able to see how much ad revenue until later. But either way, I will tell you guys how much we are donating from our stream, and I'll try to break down the percentages because I had 4 links. 2 are for Black-owned small businesses, and 2 were for organizations for Black LGBT people. So I am going to post the breakdown and how we're donating and all of that. So thank you all so much for that. I hope you have a good time. I will see you guys next week on the AuthorTube Sleepover stream again. Yeah, have a good night, everyone.
Bye.